All right, so get this. Today we're diving deep into the world of log monitoring.
Oh, log monitor.
Right. One of those things in cybersecurity that's like absolutely essential.
Right.
But it doesn't always get the attention it deserves, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And we've got like this exclusive look into a cybersecurity bootcamp session where this instructor is all about real-world practical skills.
Like that.
No fluff, just straight to the point.
Love it.
So think about this, right? Your company's network,
Yeah.
it's like this data factory
It is.
churning out mountains of information every single second.
Every second.
Login attempts, file transfers, everything.
Right.
And hidden somewhere in those mountains
Yeah.
could be those little breadcrumbs
Uh-huh.
that lead to a security breach.
Right, like trying to find a tiny, tiny gold nugget
Oh, I like that.
in a riverbed. You know it's there somewhere.
Yeah.
But finding it,
Yeah.
you're sifting through all this gravel,
Right.
takes time. And the right tools.
Exactly.
That's what these log monitoring tools do.
Okay.
They help us make sense of all that data
Right.
and flag anything suspicious.
So instead of us, like, you know,
Yeah.
trying to be these digital miners
Right.
sifting through all this stuff,
Exactly.
we've got these software sleuths on the case.
Exactly.
Right. And the instructor, I love this,
Yeah.
he gives each tool like a personality.
Oh, fun.
So Splunk,
Yeah.
he calls Splunk the veteran detective.
The veteran, yeah, like that seasoned pro.
Yeah.
He's seen it all.
Right.
Splunk's been around. It's super powerful.
Uh-huh.
Used by tons of companies.
But there's always a but.
Well, with all that experience comes, let's say, some quirks.
Okay.
It has its own query language.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is great once you learn it.
Right.
But it can be a bit of a hurdle to get started.
Like a detective who speaks in code.
Exactly.
Yes.
You gotta
You gotta earn that trust.
earn the trust, learn the lingo. Exactly.
And then they'll spill the beans.
Exactly. Now, if Splunk is our veteran,
Okay.
ELK Stack is like the scrappy up-and-comer.
Okay.
The open source darling,
Like it.
super flexible, the visualizations are amazing, but,
Always a but.
well, like any rising star,
Yeah.
it needs a bit more attention, a bit more hand-holding,
Okay.
especially for those bigger companies
Right.
dealing with massive amounts of data.
Right. It can get a bit much.
It can be resource intensive.
So high potential rookie
Yes,
needs a bit of guidance before we throw them to the wolves.
exactly.
What other tools did he mention?
He talked about Solarwinds,
Solarwinds. Okay.
which is really good for companies that are all in on Microsoft.
Okay. So if your world is Microsoft,
Microsoft, yep. Solarwinds is your friend. Integrates, well, it's cloud-based,
convenient.
but he did say the interface,
Uh-oh.
it's a bit clunky.
Not as user-friendly.
Not as user-friendly, no.
Gotcha. So sometimes you take one for the team.
Sometimes you do.
If it integrates well, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But there's this thing he kept mentioning.
Yeah.
SIEM.
SIEM, yes.
What is the deal with SIEM?
So SIEM stand for Security Information and Event Management.
Okay.
And it's more of a philosophy than a single tool.
Okay.
It's like, imagine
Yeah.
you've got logs coming in from everywhere,
Yeah.
right? Servers, firewalls, applications, the whole shebang.
Okay.
Each log is like a piece of a puzzle.
Okay.
But SIEM is about putting that puzzle together,
Right.
seeing the complete picture.
Gotcha.
It's about connecting those dots
Yeah.
to find the sneaky attacks.
The ones that slip through the cracks.
Exactly, the ones that might go unnoticed otherwise.
So it's not just collecting data. It's
Yeah.
like understanding the story
Exactly.
that the logs are telling.
Yes, it's like having a detective
Okay.
who can look at all these different clues
Yeah.
and figure out what really happened.
Okay. So like a cybersecurity Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Putting it all together. I like that.
Yeah, because imagine, right?
Yeah.
A hacker, super sneaky,
Yeah.
stealing little bits of data at a time
Okay.
from different systems,
Trying to stay hidden.
trying to blend in, make it look like normal traffic.
Wow.
Some can detect those subtle patterns.
Okay.
It might see, oh, this database access is a bit strange.
Right.
And then, this download from that user account, that's weird too.
Yeah.
And then it connects those two
Right.
and raises a big old red flag.
It's like having a cybersecurity bloodhound
Exactly.
sniffing out those invisible trails.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, our boot camp instructor,
Yeah,
this guy is all about practical skills.
I like him already.
Oh, he's great. So naturally, he dives headfirst into coding
Coded.
and how it can be like your secret weapon
Right.
for log monitoring.
He's all about giving students tangible skills.
Yes.
And he stresses even knowing a little bit of coding can give you a big advantage.
Oh, for sure.
Think about it, right? Staring at lines and lines of log data.
Yeah, so boring.
It's boring. It's inefficient.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It would take you forever to find anything.
Exactly. And that's where coding comes in. Let's say you're looking for a specific IP address.
Right.
That's been causing trouble.
Yeah.
Instead of scrolling through manually,
oh my gosh, could you imagine?
you could use a simple Linux command like grep.
grep.
Yep. Instantly scan those massive log files.
Wow.
Find every instance of that IP address.
Okay.
Like a needle in a haystack, but much faster.
Right. So you found those needles.
Exactly.
Well,
Python to the rescue.
I knew it. Python swoops in.
Always there to save the day.
What does Python do?
So Python can analyze those results.
Okay.
It can tell you how many times that IP address showed up.
Okay.
It can rank IP addresses by like how suspicious their activity is.
Wow.
It can even trigger alerts
Oh.
or automatically block them.
Oh, so you don't even have to do anything.
Exactly. It's like having automated assistants working behind the scenes.
See, now we're talking. This is so much better
Right.
than me with a magnifying glass staring at a screen all day.
Exactly. It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Okay, so the instructor, to bring this all together,
Yeah.
he uses this hypothetical project from his boot camp.
Okay. Love a good hypothetical.
It's great, and it's a good one.
Okay.
Securing a job-seeking platform,
Okay.
user data, it's gold
Oh, yeah?
if it gets in the wrong hands.
Big time.
So the stakes are high.
They are.
And he challenges his students to use all these tools
Cool.
and these coding skills
Yeah.
to monitor for any shady business.
I like it.
And he paints such a vivid picture.
Oh, tell me more.
You've got a week's worth of logs
Okay.
from this job-seeking platform,
Uh-huh.
and your mission is to find any sign of trouble.
Okay, this is getting good.
Okay, so we're like digital detectives now. We've got all these logs, these digital fingerprints,
They tell a story.
but how do we make sense of all this raw data?
That's where visualization comes in.
Visualization.
Yeah, remember how Syme puts those puzzle pieces together?
Right.
Visualization is like stepping back to admire the finished puzzle.
Oh, okay.
It helps us see those patterns,
Yeah.
the connections.
Right.
That might be invisible when you're just looking at rows and rows of data.
I'm a visual person,
Teacher.
so this is great for me.
It's so much easier to understand.
It's like the difference between like reading a dry police report
Yes.
and watching it all unfold on TV.
Exactly. And our boot camp instructor,
Yeah.
he uses this example, right?
Okay.
Back in 2014, there was this huge data breach.
A big one. Yeah.
A major retailer.
Uh-huh.
Hackers were inside their network for months.
No way, months.
Just slowly stealing credit card data.
wow.
And nobody noticed
You
because
were being sneaky.
they were flying under the radar. Nobody connected the dots.
So are you saying
Yeah.
if they had used data visualization,
Exactly.
they might have seen it?
They might have seen
might
it.
have stopped it.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might have seen a weird spike in database access
Okay.
from a specific account,
Right.
Maybe at a weird time,
Okay.
or failed login attempts from a strange location.
That's true. You don't think about that.
No.
Like where it's coming from.
Exactly.
So visualizing that data
Yep.
could have been a game changer.
Exactly. It's like having,
Oh, I like this.
a crystal ball
Okay.
showing you your future security vulnerabilities.
So what are we looking at here? Is it like pie charts and bar graphs? Or is it more than that?
It can be much more sophisticated.
Okay.
The instructor talks about using maps.
Maps.
Yeah, like actual maps
Okay.
to show where login attempts are coming from.
Oh, wow.
So if you see a bunch of failed logins
Yeah.
from a country where you have no users,
Right.
that's a pretty big red flag.
Yeah, why is someone in Siberia trying to get into my account?
Exactly. Huge red flag.
Huge. So remember our job-seeking platform
Yeah.
with all those failed login attempts?
Uh-huh.
We could visualize those.
Okay.
We could create a graph
Okay.
showing the number of failed attempts per
Mhm.
hour, per day.
Okay.
And if you see this sudden spike
Oh,
for a specific account,
right.
that could be a brute force attack.
Oh, so they're just trying over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
So it's not just about high numbers.
Right.
It's about looking for unusual changes.
The anomalies.
Exactly. And you can even set up alerts.
Oh,
So the tool will tell you
okay.
if it sees something suspicious.
So you don't have to watch it constantly.
Exactly. It's like having a digital watchdog,
I like it. That's awesome.
always watching.
Now, the instructor,
Yeah.
he says this isn't just about, catching the bad guy.
It's bigger than that. It's about understanding our systems.
Exactly, how they're performing.
Well,
How are users interacting with everything?
right.
Maybe even finding insights that can help your business.
Oh, I see. So it's more than just security.
It's about the big picture.
Okay.
You can use this to understand your customers better,
Okay.
see how they're using your website,
That's smart.
find out where they're getting stuck.
So we can improve it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that.
It's like having X-ray vision
Okay.
into your user experience.
So instead of guessing,
Right.
we have the data.
Exactly.
Data back it up.
Data-driven decisions.
Okay, so we've got these tools, we've got the visuals,
We do.
but how do we actually make this a streamlined process?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right. Where do we even start?
Yeah, it's like you can have all the fancy tools in the world,
Right.
but without a plan, they're not going to do you much good.
Exactly.
And our instructor, he lays it all out,
Okay, good.
like a roadmap, for a solid log monitoring workflow.
Okay, so it's not just about having the tools.
No, it's about using them the right way.
Strategically.
Exactly.
Right.
And consistently.
Okay, so like I've got all the ingredients
Yeah.
to make an amazing meal,
Right.
but that doesn't make me a chef, right?
Not quite. You need the recipe.
Okay, so what's step one in our log monitoring recipe?
First things first, you got to know what you're dealing with, right?
Okay.
Identify your data sources.
Okay, so like where's all this data coming from?
Exactly. Is it servers, firewalls, applications?
Right, got to find those digital breadcrumbs.
Exactly. And then how are you going to collect all that?
Okay, good point.
Are you going to use a centralized system?
Right, get it all in one place.
Make your life easier, right?
Exactly. This is where those Linux commands come in handy.
Oh, absolutely. Automate as much as you can.
Cat, grep, all that good stuff.
And if you want to take it to the next level,
Okay, tell me more.
scripting.
Oh, scripting. Okay.
Yeah, imagine a script that automatically collects, sorts, even pre-processes all your log data.
So it's like doing all the heavy lifting for you.
Exactly. Every single day.
That's awesome. See, now we're talking.
No more manual log wrangling.
No more. I like it.
Okay, so you've got your data pipeline flowing.
Data's coming in nice and organized.
Now the fun begins. Analysis time.
Okay, time to put on our detective hats.
Exactly. Use those visualization techniques.
Right, find those hidden patterns.
And remember, it's not always about catching the bad guys.
That's true. It's about
Understanding how things work.
how our systems are performing.
Exactly. How people are using our applications.
Finding those insights that can help us make better decisions.
Exactly. But here's the thing.
Okay?
Even the best analysis in the world,
Yeah,
it's useless if you don't share it.
that's very true. Got to get the word out.
Reporting, my friend, that's the final piece of the puzzle.
Okay, so how do we make these reports, like, actually useful?
Good question. The instructor emphasizes knowing your audience.
Okay, so tailor it to who's reading it.
Exactly. The IT team might want all the technical detail,
Right, they want the nitty-gritty.
but management, they probably just want the key takeaways.
The actionable insights.
Exactly. What needs to happen.
And don't forget the visuals.
Oh, the visuals are crucial.
Right, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
1,000 log entries, maybe?
That's a good one. So we're talking graphs, charts,
Maps, dashboards, the whole 9 yards.
and there are tools for this, right?
Oh, yeah. Grafana is a popular one.
Grafana, okay.
It can turn those raw data points
Yeah.
into these beautiful, informative dashboards.
Okay, so it's like instead of just handing someone a jumbled mess,
Right.
we're giving them this clear, concise story.
Exactly. And here's the thing about log monitoring.
Okay.
It's not a one-and-done kind of deal.
Right, it's not like set it and forget it.
No, it's an ongoing process.
Because things change.
Things change constantly.
New threats pop up.
Exactly. You learn more about your own data.
So we got to adapt.
Always adapt. Always improve.
Like a detective learning new tricks.
Exactly. Stay one step ahead.
I like it. Always be learning.
The world of cybersecurity never sits still.
That's for sure.
So to our listeners out there,
Yes, to everyone listening.
take this knowledge, go explore, experiment,
Play with the tools. Find your own path.
become log monitoring masters.
It's a journey, but it's worth it.
That's right.
Until next time, happy logging, everyone.